Good morning, Marmalade on the PCT, back on the PCT after a wonderful zero. It is Sunday, July 30th, 2023. It's my 147th day overall on trail. And as always, I have a lot to share with you coming out of a zero. I think you'll enjoy it. It's kind of neat to show you a few scenes from what I did on my time out without making it too long, and show you these little really quaint towns. So 2 days ago, I did 98.5 miles. I had 8.8 miles on my short fifth day into the town. 3 miles, I was up on top of a mountain 3 miles from the road. I texted a young lady named Dusty, who's a trail angel. She just charged $10 a ride. It is 10 really steep mountain miles down to the town. So she took me and 4 others down to the town 2 days ago on Friday. And it's pretty hot. We went to Dottie's Frosty, which is, every one of these little towns has like an old, malt shop kind of thing, with burgers and fries. So I got an amazing burger, fries, mint chip, milkshake, and a Coke. So then I was going to stay in the park. You can stay at the park. It's $5 a night. And they have showers. So I went to the store and got the tokens for that. And they even, small town, they give you a towel at the grocery store. Then you walk over to the park and then there's a bin to put it when you're done. So I went and took a shower. I was walking around with T-Bone and a few other guys. I was trying to decide what to do, and then T-Bone said, I'm going to stay at this hostel. It's like a hiker hostel I didn't know about. And it's only $53, but it's incredible. So I don't know if I have a couple scenes here of just the town. It's really cute. It reminded me of my small town I grew up in. It's an interesting town. It only has 350 population and 7 churches. So that's interesting. But so, we called the owner. He owns this beautiful bed and breakfast of Airbnb. It's like a bed and breakfast, but it's Airbnb. He has a side cabin, which I'll show you a picture here or two of, you can stay at. And inside, they have 6 bunks. First class, bathroom, showers. The kitchenette was really nice. Microwave had a fridge and freezer. And a Keurig machine for morning for coffee. He just bought a new small washing machine. It's really weird when you're a hiker, you go in these towns, you go to the laundromat, and I have 8 things, and 4 of them are socks to wash. And you used to pay $4 or $5 for a washer when you could put 10 times that amount in a washer. So it's always weird to put your laundry in a big giant washer. Hikers, we try to throw our clothes together just to combine. But he has this small one that's perfect for hikers. So part of the deal is you can do wash there. So I hung it on the line, dried my clothes on the line. And so when I went to, I decided to stay and do a zero, so I got 2 nights. And went to Ray's grocery store and got a salad, a soda, and a Gatorade, and then some ice cream since they have a freezer and stuff. And so that was a great first night dinner. It's air conditioned, but really well made and really nice inside. So impressive, Charged up all my batteries. And the funny that happened was, I want to give a couple shout outs. First to Rick and Andrea. Please go check out their channel for me. If you like my videos, their videos are just as good, and they're trying to grow their channel. It's called Rick and Andrea Get Outside on YouTube. They make beautiful videos. They live in San Diego, and they're kind of my support team while I'm out here. So thank goodness between the last stop, Mount Shasta, and Etna, my shoes blew out, as I told you. My feet were killing me. And so I picked up my new shoes. I knew I had a box for that. And they threw in a nice card and $20 for dinner. So that was really nice. I had a nice dinner, by the way. I'll tell you about. But and threw in some candies in there. It just was very thoughtful, you guys. Also, you've seen the video by now. I face planted and broke my glasses, the sunglasses. I'm wearing the new pair now. So I gave them a bag of odds and stuff I might need on trail. So they sent me my extra pair of sunglasses. And sorry, I'm going uphill. So I picked those up. And my friend Dave in Bremerton, he sent me those. I don't have one on me right now, it's in my pack, but those round little small pucks, they're towels that are compressed. You put a little water on them and they expand, and that way I can clean off. All but one night so far I've dry camped, so I have no stream to clean off with. So he sent me those. So I had 2 little packages with sunglasses and those towels, and 1 medium flat rate box of my shoes, and then the money they sent me. So I get there to the post office before they close on Friday. So I pick up my 3 packages, And she goes, wait, Lawrence, right? I said, yeah. She said, oh, you have 3 boxes. And I knew that my buddy Tim, who's Shank's mayor, is a viewer of mine, but offered to send me a resupply box. And I thought, and I told him I only have about 2.5 days, 3 days to the next stop. So you send about 2.5, 3 days of food. It was 3 large, very heavy, Tim, resupply boxes. And so I had to tie my shoe box, the box with the shoes, on top of my pack, put the other 2 small packages in my pack, and then I had to carry 2 packages. And Tim, I'm telling you, it was tearing my arms out of their sockets. And I had about a mile to walk to where I stayed, which I told you about the Bluebird Inn. And this shows you small town mentality. I'm walking down the street, and I'm having to put them down every about 0.2 of a mile. Like I can only handle it for about 0.2 of a mile, and set them down, let my arms rest. And a lady going, an older woman going the opposite direction, yells at her window. She stops because there's no traffic there. She goes, where are you going? I said, Bluebird Inn. She goes, that looks heavy. I said, yeah, it is. She goes, throw your stuff in, I'll drive you over there. So Tim, she saved me. And actually, she took me to the store real quick to get the salad and the soda and the ice cream I told you about. So I threw her some money down, so just to help her out. But this is how those towns work, you know. They actually stop for you when you want to cross the street. I mean, think about that. So I want to show you the video. I did an unboxing, and I told Tim, but there's so much stuff that I would be an hour-long video. So I showed you a short version of this. I just watched it to see how it turned out. Sorry guys, I'm having technical difficulty. My stick pick I've had for like 5 years is there's a screw that tightens it onto the end of the trekking pole. It's now stripped, so it will not tighten on there. I'll get some tape and put it in the threads and get it to work again, but I'm gonna have to do that tonight. So sorry about this angle. But Tim, I want to show you the video. I shortened it up, he knows that, but I just couldn't, there's so much stuff. But his, I was able to, you know, easily do a resupply for this stretch. There's somebody I really like named T-Bone going for his Triple Crown. It was slept next to me in the hostel. He got 3 days of food, and he had to buy like 2 things at the store. I sent a whole box of all the stuff I love the most to Cascade Lock, so now I have a resupply there. There's nobody sending me a box there, so I did there. And I ate some of it, and then I offered it to, I think, I'm not lying, Tim, I bet you 10 hikers took pieces or parts of it, and there's still a lot left for whoever shows up. So somebody that's going to show up at the hostel the next few days are going to be really happy. So Tim, that was amazing. He spent a fortune, sent me $50 cash, which was for dinner also. And so here's the video, and then I'll come back. All right guys, I'm in Etna, California, and I wanted to show you this amazing resupply I got. This is from Tim, AKA Shank's Mare. Tim, I can't thank you enough. I have a 3 or 2.5 day stretch to Syed Valley, and so I said, you know, send 2 or 3 days worth of food. And he sent me 3 boxes this big, the large size flat rate box. And Tim, I can't thank you enough. This is amazing. So in the interest of not making this video super long, I'm gonna just show you some of the stuff. He sent me like 50 packs of Via Starbucks coffee. And I don't have everything here, so in the interest of making it short, I'm going to show you kind of just some of the things, but let's go over this briefly. And this is just the most amazing thing I've ever seen, and it's helped a lot of hikers. I gave somebody enough food to get him the next 3 days. He's already left today to get on trail, and there's some new people here today. I'm at kind of a hostel here that holds 6 people. So there's a hiker box here. It's gonna feed a lot of people. So Tim, I can't thank you enough. This is more. Oh, and then he also he sent me $50 to have dinner. So Tim, I'm going to dinner tonight. I won't spend it all, but probably buy me 2 dinners. There's a all-you-can-eat buffet in the next town at Syed Valley, so I'll use it there too. So I think he's gonna buy me 2 dinners. So let's go over this really quick. So first of all, besides the $50 he gave me cash and also via coffee, I put them, I kind of called it, but tons of Ziplocs. These are key on trail. I'm gonna use some of these and then give some away. I'm just gonna, just random in no particular order, a really good bag of ginger chews, which I'm gonna bring some. These are awesome. He had 15 packs of the Starkish tuna and chicken creations here. You can see that. These are key. They're really good on tortillas. Peppermint saltwater taffy. This is awesome. He sent me some cinnamon bears. I don't know if they're in here too, and some gummy worms. So I'm definitely gonna eat those. These are amazing, and I love fig bars. And there was 24 of these, 2 flavors. There's a blueberry and a raspberry. So love these things. So I'll be definitely taking some of those with me and sharing those. Let's see here. I'm just pulling these out. There's 20 of these bars. There's 2 kinds. I'll show them to you. There's a bunch of these authentic bars, look really good. They're protein bars. What is this one? What flavor is this one? I think they call it the kitchen sink. That's funny, so it must have everything in it. And then these other bars that are pretty cool, called Chew Bar, and they're cookie dough and daydreaming about donuts. So they're really cool. These kind of bars, they're like a thin bar, but really good. They seem like they're really moist and soft. So tons of those bars. So I've got those going with me. This is something else. All right, and then these are awesome. There's 24 of these packs. Let me get them out real quick. They are probiotic mega immune mix and immune booster, and they're like little packs of fruit and nuts and berries and things like that. And same with this, cashews and different ones, almonds, so you get protein and just some really healthy small little snacks. And there's a ton of these, so definitely bringing those. I gave some of those away too. Okay, this is amazing. In the morning I do coffee and breakfast essentials a lot of the mornings. So there's 22 of them in here. This is amazing. I think these are all, I could be wrong on this. They look like they're all chocolate. So it'll make really good kind of mocha in the morning. My coffee, I always cold soak some coffee in my chest water bottle. He gave me a bunch of these small travel size, and this is actually the brand I use at home too. Pro Enamel toothpaste, so I'm gonna replace mine. I need a new one. He gave me some shaving cream. I shave in every town with a disposable razor, so he sent me some disposable razors, which I don't know if I have right with me, but this will be, I'll shave here and then I'll probably leave it in the bathroom here for other people. There's a bunch of these toothpick things, which I definitely use, so I need some. I got something different. And then the last of, well, actually there's a couple things left. There's a lot more than this. A lot of like hand sanitizer and eye drops and things like that. But a bunch of Knorrs. I'm keeping a couple and I gave a couple away, but there's still a whole bunch more. Well, that's a tuna pack. But a bunch of Knorrs here. And then he gave me 2 packs. I have one of them here, the other one's in my bag to go with me. There's a watermelon licorice, and then there's another one, there's red licorice. And there's a whole bunch more, but that's an overlook. Tim, you outdid yourself, and this has been really awesome. It's actually so much food, I've had a hard time deciding what to bring and how much to bring because I want to bring it all. But thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And you can't believe how much this helps me in town. You know, the towns are not cheap. I don't know if they're church towns, but I know the food's hard to get in some of these towns, so they do charge a lot of money. So like a resupply can cost you, you know, $7,500 depending on how many days you're gone. So you save me a lot of money. I appreciate it. So anyway, I thought you'd enjoy that. Now back to hiking. How about that, huh? Thank you, Tim. And I don't know how you thank somebody for what you did, but enough. But thank you so much. So one of the perks of staying at the hostel that's pretty amazing is he owns the building. You know, he owns the Airbnb and then the side building where we stayed in. He also has part ownership of the town bakery, which is beautiful and amazing. So when you stay there, it's only like $53 with tax, but you get a $20 breakfast. It's not $1, but it's whatever you want. You get a main, which I got a focaccia panini sandwich. I got a yogurt parfait, you know, with granola on it, and I got a coffee, iced coffee. So it was at least $20 worth of food, and so you can pick off the menu, one from each, like a main, a side, and a drink. And but he owns it, so it's got to be at least worth the $20 value. So that's included as part of your stay. So what's neat is we did that yesterday morning. But this morning, everything's closed in the town on Sunday. I don't know if that's a religious thing or is it just a small town and nobody wants to work on Sunday, but he let us know that they make a full spread of food in their Airbnb. So we go in there this morning, and here's a couple of videos of it. And it was from 7:30 to 9. That's why I didn't get on trail early. And it was amazing. And his family and kids and friends are out on the patio, you know. And he came in and sat next to me, and he likes to know where everybody's from and small talk with us a little bit. So of course we thanked him profusely, but it was eggs and sausage and granola and yogurt, you know, and this beautiful bread and orange juice, you know, coffee, just beautiful breakfast and fine china. I mean, we're all hiker trash, so we're like, you know, I am clean. I have all my clothes washed, but you always kind of feel weird, you know. So we really need to talk to him. Very interesting man, and we thanked him a lot. So Rick and Andrew and Tim, your money you gave me bought me the food that I bought the first night, Saturday night, and then last night I went to Denny's Distillery. It was only a block or two away from where we were staying, and had a personal like Italian pizza, and I had Etna Brewing Company root beer. It was really good. Came home and ate my ice cream. Came to the hostel and ate my ice cream, and that was like a perfect. And so it came out of your money, both your monies. And then when I get, I'm doing 2.5 days, which I'm about to talk to Side Valley. They have this amazing. It's like a RV park. You pay to tent there, but they have. It's almost like a ranch style. Everybody sits down and all the people bring like a potluck, and then they barbecue on the grill the main food and have this big potluck, and they love hikers. It's one of the few people that treat us right. So I plan on doing that. So I think it's like $15 to camp and $15 to eat. So that money will go towards that. So I just want you to know where your money's going to. Sorry, I know it's long. It's always when I get out of town, but I think you enjoy seeing some of the pictures here. I'll put up, if I have anything else that I forgot to mention, I'll put the pictures up and then maybe some text. Okay, so let's go on with what's next. I have brand new shoes. I was complaining about how bad my feet were killing me, and they're healing. On my left ball of my foot, I have my feet were dry and kind of callous, but really tough and callous. But the callus, because I had holes in my shoes, a rock kind of pokes the callus and created like a crack. So it's pretty painful. It's like having a crack in your finger, you know, in your skin. But I've got a piece of KT tape on it, and I found some like athletic tape that adheres to itself and wrapped it around to keep it all in place, and it actually feels great. Plus new shoes are super cushy and comfy, so my feet finally after about 10 days feel great. So I think it's going to help me with not only just enjoying my hiking. I mean, to hike all day in pain is not fun, as you know, but hopefully do a little faster, which means at the end of the day I'll have more miles. So let's talk about this section. This section is 560 miles. When I got to Etna, where I just stayed, it was 443 miles. I have basically 160 miles roughly. I have the 56-mile section I'm doing right now to Side Valley, which is right on the trail. You don't have to hitch, you just walk right into town. Very small town. And that's where I'll get the camp and get the dinner. I'm gonna do a Nero, so I'm not gonna do 0. My feet are finally decent enough I can walk. And so I'm excited. I'm gonna do 2.5 days, 56 miles to Side Valley. Try to get there midday. Chill, maybe do laundry, whatever. But eat there and then get up really early. And I haven't even looked at it yet, but it's a notoriously steep climb out of Side Valley. Going into Side Valley is like 15 miles downhill. It's like notorious downhill. So climbing out, it's like really like a 4,000 foot climb, but not very many miles. So, but what's great is when I leave Side Valley, you do that steep climb, and I only have 63 miles to get to Ashland, and I'm done with this section. Then it's on to Oregon. So, and my buddy Larry, he's gonna come get me, the one that got me on trail, and we're gonna spend a few days in Bend and Sisters, and then I'll get on trail and have 97 miles from Bend and Sisters, which is called Santiam Pass, to Timberline Lodge. So that's the plan. So what's great is today's the 30th. I'm doing 2.5 days. So I'll do 30. Tomorrow I'm gonna do a big day. So 30th today, 31st is a big day, and then a half day, which will be the 56 miles into Side Valley. Spend the half a day there, relax, you know, and rest on my body. Then I've got 63 miles and hopefully 2.5, for sure within 3 days, but like about 2.5 days to Ashland, where Larry will be waiting for me. So literally in 6 days from now, I'll be done with this section. oh my gosh, that's a big section. It was so difficult and so demanding that, you know, I'm just proud of myself. That's all. It's the second big section I've ever done. So, and I want to do it in a month. It's going to be I'll get there on the 4th of August. So, and it's only because I've taken all these zeros. It's not because of my hiking speed. I've kind of caught up hiking wise, but then my feet slow me down. Our heat wave for a week slowed me down. The blowdown slowed me down. The snow slowed me down, and me starting out of shape slowed me down. So, I don't know if there are excuses, but that's what the reality is. I think a lot of people consider when they look at these 3 big trails that they're easy. I'm telling you, this trail is not easy. There's never an easy day. There's hard days, but the non-hard days are not easy. So what I'm saying is, it's just funny your perspective, you know. Some of these kids don't find it overly hard out here. Every once in a while they'll say, oh yeah, that was hard, but you know, they have never-ending energy and they're resilient and they're indestructible, you know. But when you're older, you kind of just look at it differently. But let's say this is a very difficult trail. Like today, I had to do 3.5 miles to the peak before I did my intro, because I just don't do well when I'm going straight uphill and huffing and puffing. But it's not even very steep. There's a couple steep parts, but it wasn't very hard. Full of rocks. So it's like the stuff that you don't see in videos, but it makes it extremely difficult. You're just like bending your feet in impossible directions, and you're going uphill, and you're like walking on marble, so you're rolling backwards almost when you're pushing off to go uphill. So there's a lot of stuff that you don't see. It's the little things that make it difficult. And just right now, it's just all full of rocks, and I'm also on the edge of a cliff, so you don't want to fall. So that is it. I'm sorry if this is so long. The video itself is going to be shorter because I'm doing a shorter day. I want to try to do 15 or more today. Remember, normally I hike 5:30 to 5:30, but I may go longer depending where camping is. I started at 10:20, so if I get a decent day today, then I don't have to do such a huge day tomorrow. So it'll do me kind of a favor, you know. All right. Thank you for listening and watching, and we'll see you down the trail. Oh, last thing I forgot. Really, really amazing happened. I think I mentioned on my videos about 3 trail days ago, but I've had one piece of gear since the very start. I've had it well before I even started the PCT. I started the PCT in 19. I bought it in 2016. Was my sit pad, the little foam pad that kind of folds up, you know, accordion style, and I put it in it's on the back, at the bottom there, you can see. And I've had it forever. It's the only piece of gear I've had on the PCT since I started. I've had it forever. And then one camp, my tent was in the sun. It was too hot, so I went and sat in the shade on a rock and waited. Because normally I put all my gear, so I'm not displaced from my gear. I put it all in the tent and I get my tent, but I couldn't. It was too hot. So I sat on the rock, relaxing, drinking water, and then after about an hour, I got my tent, and I just got it from my pad and got in the tent. In the morning, I got up in the dark and left, and I just never saw it. Where I walked to the trail was not where the pad was, in that direction. So I went in, when I got into Etna, I tried to buy one at the gear store, and they didn't even know what I was talking about, but they didn't have it. I'm like, man, well, when I finish this section to Ashland, I get to Ben Sisters, I'll try to buy one. There's an REI there. So anyway, so you fast forward like 4 days. I spend the night with a bunch of guys in that hostel. They all leave and go hiking, so then it's just me left over. And so then 2 women and 2 guys from Germany show up, you know, independent. The 2 women are hiking together, 2 guys are too, but independent of each other. So we're all small talking. I haven't told a single soul. I've seen like 30 hikers. Some of them I know, some I don't. I haven't talked about it. But she was talking about something she lost. And I go, that's so weird. I go, I mean, I wasn't even thinking about that, Pat. It's a long lost, right? 4 days before. So I just said, yeah, I'm really bummed. I lost my last thing that I carried on this trail, and the problem is I can't even find another one. I can get one on Amazon, but it's not as good. And she goes, she pulls it out of her pack. She goes, I found this on trail. Is this yours? I've been carrying it for 4 days. I go, you got to be kidding me. It is mine. It was mine. And the campsite I was at was way off the trail, but it was an amazing view. She said, I didn't camp there, but the view was so amazing that I wanted to take a picture. So I walked over there, and I go, was it on the rock? She goes, no, it blew off the edge of the mountain, but it got stuck on a rock. Isn't that crazy? But the only person that I've ever mentioned to out here was her, and she's the one that had it. She goes, yeah, I didn't know who had it, but and obviously it's, not leave no trace, so I was bummed about that too. But she said I was just going to put it in the hiker box. I'm like, oh my God. So I got it back, you guys. Isn't that cool? All right, guys, I promise to make this quick. There's enough talk in this video. 3 things. Had an amazing day. It was not very inspiring. I wanted to do a minimum, and I told you this before because I want to do it. I started late, which I'll talk about, but I needed to do as many miles today and then do a big mile day tomorrow. And my like half day into Side Valley will be short, and I can spend the time there because I'm not doing 0, I'm just doing a Nero. So I need to possibly look at this as one day, and I'm already getting dirty again. But so I need to do at minimum 15 miles today. And the problem is that, you know, I think I talked about it, but I had an amazing breakfast at the hostel and check out South of 10. But like by the time I got packed up, I went on the road, and I actually tried to hitchhike so it saved some money. And there was almost not a single car in the whole town. Remember, I told you there's only 350 people, and it's Sunday, so I think a lot of people just don't go out, and maybe they're going to church or whatever. So I called the trail angel, and she came right away and got me, took me up, and I was hiking by 10:20, and I wanted to do 15 miles, and I did exactly 18. And the last 3 were torturous. They were exceptionally, the whole day was rough, but the last 3 miles were exceptionally steep and rough. Saw 2 deer, and but really rough. But now I'm glad, you know, the way I look at it is I started at 10:20. I normally start at 5:30, so I'm 10 minutes shy of starting 5 hours later than normal, and I still did 18 miles. So I'm really proud of myself. If I do a good day tomorrow, it's going to make my 3rd day. I can really enjoy myself there at Side Valley and get enough rest to do the giant climb the next morning. So I'm all set. The other thing is that's crazy, you guys. I heard that a while back that this section is horrible with blowdowns. But when I got my ride a couple days ago, to get off the mountain, there was a girl that rode with us, and she was southbound, so she came through here. She said, yes, there's periods of horribleness, is that a word? But that the crews are out clearing sections. So I don't know what that means and where and how much or whatever, but today I counted, I don't know if you remember, our biggest day we ever had was 230 blowdowns, and guess what? We didn't beat it. But we did 215, and it was a short day. I didn't even do 12 hours today. I got here at 7:15, so I hiked 10:20 to 7:15, so that's 7, 8, 9 hours, and did 18 hours. That's pretty good. I mean, that's an average of 2 miles an hour, and that's stopping. I had to stop for water like 4 times, and I took 2 breaks and stop when I huff and puff. So like I think I did pretty well, and the trail was completely full of rocks, very difficult. And then this last 3 miles was climbing, but the way I look at it is I'm here to hike, you know, and remember I told you I'm always stopping at 5:30, but that's when I start at 5:30. I started at 10:20, so I went an hour and a half longer. So anyway, I wanted to do this before I got too late. I'm going to eat some food and relax a little bit, watch some Netflix, and then get up at 4:45 and hike at 5:30. Tomorrow, it's interesting. We have more up and down, about half of my day, and then it's got to be like it's something weird, like 20, I'm gonna have to look at it, I'll tell you in the morning, something like 20 straight miles of downhill all the way to Side Valley. And that's why that next day when you get out of there, it's so steep, you just gave up. You literally, I don't know if we're going to sea level, but it's like we're definitely going out of the mountains all the way to the bottom. So tomorrow, if I can hustle and get, you know, to where I've got all the hills out of the way, then I can just get in the cruise control and do as many miles as I can tomorrow. You know, I'd like to do about 25, but we'll see. All right, that's it. I'm gonna eat. See you guys later.